slow walk, big stance, cold drip on me. Dark thoughts in my head, set fire to the beat. Shadow in the corner, always watching my feet. If you step too close, you get dropped on the street. Bass hit hard like a fist to the jaw. Cowbell knock like I'm breaking through the wall. I don't say much, I just stand real tall. If you try your luck, you gon' learn how to fall. Quick hands, fast moves, no talk when I slide. Heat in my coat and the glare in my eyes. You bark loud, but you won't bite twice. I stay cold-blooded, never roll no dice. Step back, I'm creeping in the night, no sound. Cowbell hit, make the whole block bounce. Eyes low, mask on when I move through town. If you talk big, you get laid to the ground. You get laid to the ground. You get laid to the ground. Fast lane living on the way for the week. I've been hunting in the dark every day of the week. You move sloppy and you talk too cheap. I move silent, let the pressure go deep. Black hood, red eyes, feel the death stare. Every step I take, make the whole block glare. You look lost, I can tell you ain't prepared. When the bass hit twice, you gon' vanish in the air. Cowbell knock like a demon on the door. You don't wanna see what I keep in the drawer. I stay on point, always ready for more. Nighttime beats, hear the echo on the floor. Step back, I'm creeping in the night, no sound. Cowbell hit, make the whole block down. Eyes low, mask on when I move through town. If you talk big, you get laid to the ground. Midnight run, I fade into the shadows of the block. Heartbeat slow like a dead man's clock. Cold air sting, but the fear don't shock. If death won in, then I tell him unlike. Midnight run, I fade into the shadows of the block. Heartbeat slow like a dead man's clock. Cold air sting, but the fear don't shock. If death won in, then I tell him unlock. Walking through the city like I'm lost in space. Thoughts too heavy, they don't give grace. Every step echo in this hollow place. Lines on my palms tell a curved story. None of my nights ever felt holy. Street lights buzz when the world gets stormy. I don't trust love cause it died before me. Eyes too tired but I keep my route. Mind full of noise I can't mute out. If pain is a god, then I'm devout. Bend my spine till the sins fall out. Midnight fade into the shadows of the block. Heartbeat slow like a dead man's clock. Cold air sting, but the fear don't shock. If death won in, then I tell him unlock. Midnight run, I fade into the shadows of the block. Heartbeat slow like a dead man's clock. Cold air sting, but the fear don't shock. If death won in, then I tell him unlock. Heard the footsteps trailing when I look back. Voices in the dark never cut slack. Every broken dream that I stack turn into a wave that could snap my back. I've been walking with a cold-blooded mindset. Past so loud I can hear it when the sun set. Life hit hard but I never felt done yet. Even when the pain make my whole soul offset. Night so black it erased my sins. Wounds so deep they don't heal within. If void blood I'ma let it in. Darkness is a place where I've always been. Let a frostbite dig. Let my heart be slick. If the road too steep, I still walk knee deep. Midnight run, I fade into the shadows of the block. Heartbeat slow like a dead man's clock. Cold air sting, but the fear don't shock. If death won in, then I tell him unlock. Midnight run, I fade into the shadows of the block. Heartbeat slow like a dead man's clock. Cold air sting, but the fear don't shock. If death won in, then I tell him unlock. Empty eyes see true when the world shed. Every calm moment feel built from the bloodshed. Footsteps echo like a warning in a steel hall. Pain stick close like a shadow when the fears call. People talk loud but they vanish when the real falls. So I move solo, don't depend on a weak wall. Rain drips slow from the rooftops on my long path. Thoughts hit hard like a storm in a cold wrath. Life draw lines on my face like a rough graph. Still I walk steady when the dark laugh. Low light on the pavement when I'm walking through the night. Hugging on my shoulders, every thought a silent fire. Shadows move when I breathe like they copy in my stride. If the darkness want me closer, I ain't got a place to hide. Hey, eyes low, I've been watching from the sideline. Mind cold, I've been living with a tight strain. World bold, but I cut through the night rain. So low, but it move with the right pain. Step slow, I can hear when the wind shift. Fear grow, but I treat it like a small gift. Lights glow, but the mood always stays stiff. Dark flow, but I move with a calm drift. Truth sharp, I don't run when it hit quick. Past scars will remind me that the world's slick. Cold heart never melt from a small trick. Stay dark even when the pain thick. Hit the street, I'm low. The dark wind blow. If the fear try grow, I stay still, move slow. Low light on the pavement when I'm walking through the night. Every mind on my shoulders, every thought a silent fire. Shadows move when I breathe like they copy in my stride. If the darkness want me closer, I ain't got a place to hide. You'll taste concrete.
Long cold drag through a silent block. You pick your strength, but your frame unlocked. Talking too tough as a kid, man, stop. Real ones move like a ticking clock. Hands stay loose when the threat get near. I don't flinch once, I don't sense fear. Your eyes say more than your mouth appears. I read that truth like a crack veneer. Cold night hum in a narrow street. Your pulse say run, but your legs repeat. I stand too firm for you to compete. My calm hit harder than your full deceit.
One calm breath, make the weak retreat. You talk too loud, but your heart offbeat. I'll walk too real for your lines to compete. Step in my space, you'll taste concrete.
Scars don't fade, they just whisper slow. Teaching me signs your kind don't know. I see your pride like a shadow show. Too thin, too soft, too quick to blow. My stance don't move when the vibe get rough. Real men break, but they still act tough. You talk like steel, but you're built from fluff. Your bluff collapse, I had enough. Every small threat that you try to claim, fade on the spot when I say your name. You try play wolf, but you're not that frame. I walk in truth, you walk in shame.
One calm breath, make the weak retreat. You talk too loud, but your heart offbeat. I'll walk too real for your lines to compete. Step in my space, you'll taste concrete. You'll taste concrete. Like kite, tremble in the corner of my sight. Echoes in my bloodstream, flicker in the night. True feel distant like a dying satellite. Everything I touch turn devoid of light.
Sharp pulse shift when the cymbals rise. Patterns in the void, hide behind disguise. Memory glitch out, sever all ties. I step through thoughts like 1,000 nights.
Cold static carve runes in my brain. Each failed loop bring a deeper strain. Reality bend under unseen pain. Now they code lies that the shadows maintain. Dust of the past float in dead air. Ghost like logic, coil in a snare. Nothing feels real when the lines impair. I breathe in dread, exhale despair.
Black cold tremble in the corner of my sight. Echoes in my bloodstream, flicker in the night. Truth feel distant like a dying satellite. Everything I touch turned devoid of light.
Wires in my chest, I'm a silent hymn. Edges of the void, blurred, dark and dim. Old form split at the mental brim. Fragments of self drift, limb by limb.
Silence descend like a broken spell. Data unravel, illusions fail. Every truth wound that I couldn't quell turned to a scar only I can tell. Veins vibrate with a hidden command. Shadows rewrite what I understand. Nothing in the dark ever goes as planned. Yet I stay rooted, mind a man.
Black cold tremble in the corner of my sight. Echoes in my bloodstream, flicker in the night. Truth feel distant like a dying satellite. Everything I touch turned devoid of light.
Back up, I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. Cowbell knock, let the trouble begin. I stay sharp when the night look thin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin. I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. Cowbell knock, let the trouble begin. I stay sharp when the night look thin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin. Dark coat swing, I slide through the block. Bass it heavy like a roundhouse knock. Move too quick, leave dust when I walk. Talk too loud, get split by the shot. Cold face, no fear, I don't flinch, none. Heat in my palm, if you thinking you the big one. Night run deep, I been living where the risk come. If you step wrong, that's the day that you get done. Sharp mind, sharp stance, I don't break pace. Cowbell bounce at the tone in the chase. Mask stay low when I'm moving through space. One wrong word and you out of the place. Back up, I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. Cowbell knock, let the trouble begin. I stay sharp when the night look thin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin. Run up, shut up, I don't play nice. Cold blood, no love, rolling like dice. You freeze once, I'ma tag you twice. Street don't care about your cheap advice. Dark room, deep boom when the bass drop. You step wrong all night, make your face stop. Pull low when I'm sliding through the side like cowbell hit. Got the whole block, stand up, fast hands. Quick snap, never miss aim. Whole vibe shift when I enter to frame. You chase hype, I've been earning my name. Too cold, too sharp, never playing your games. Back up, I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. Cowbell knock, let the trouble begin. I stay sharp when the night look thin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin. I'm stepping with the blade and the grin. I'm stepping with the blade and the bin. If you act tough, you get thrown in the bin.
I hear demons in the smoke. Call my name beneath the ground. Claw scratch echoes in the dark. Trying to drag me where to bound. Fire humming in my veins every time they come around. If the night reveal their shape, I never flinch, I stand my ground. Wait. Red eyes lurk past the tree line in the cold mist. Shadows twist slow like they speaking in the notice. crumbling deep where the stones sit. Feel the heat rise like the world got a soul split. Dark claws scrape circles in the dirt path. Every mark carved omen of a cursed wrath. Wind howls strange like it tryna do the math. Counting every fear that I locked in my own past. I see horns silhouette in the false breath. Hear a voice hum low like a chant for the undead. But I walk straight even when the ground bled. I've been raised by the night, I don't bow, I don't dread. I had demons in the smoke, call my name beneath the ground. Claws scratch echoes in the dark, tryna drag me where to bound. Fire humming in my veins every time they come around. If the night reveal their shape, I never flinch, I stand my ground. Flames curl black when the beasts rise. Hear the breath cut air with a steep cry. Shadows crawl fast with a deep drive, but I move slow, keep calm, keep a clean mind. Chains rattle faint in the far trees. Heat pulse heavy when the dark breathe. See the ground cracks like when the fiend sees. Feel the air turn red as the fear freeze. But I don't bend when they form shift. Don't shake when the earth lifts. If they step close, I don't drift. I stare back steady with a cold gift. In the fire I hear them speak. In the smoke their shadows speak. If they want my fear this week, I stay strong, I stay bleak. I hear demons in the smoke, call my name beneath the ground. Claws scratch echoes in the dark, tryna drag me where to bound. Fire humming in my veins every time they come around. If the night reveal their shape, I never flinch, I stand my ground. Orbit where my thoughts collapse. Fragments of myself fall through the gaps. Nothing feel real when reality snaps. I ate a code fear and corrupted maps.
Ghosts like signals trace my inner core. Every new truth leave me wanting more. Patterns break down in a silent war. I hear old voices behind every door. Cold pulse flicker in a hollow chest. Shadows rearrange when the mind unrest. Reason dissolve in a static test. I find my flaws where the echoes nest. Dark codes swarm in a nervous drift. Each small doubt cause a mental shift. Meaning collapse when the layers lift. Nothing remains but the lingering rift. White noise orbit where my thoughts collapse. Fragments of myself fall through the gaps. Nothing feel real when reality snaps. I decode fear and corrupted maps. Ash like symbols bloom under my skin. Cycles repeat where the fears begin. Everything fractured from the noise within. Truth feel heavy like a nameless sin. Wires in my breath pulse out of line. Dreams fall flat when the stars misalign. Identity spinner in a blurred design. I drown in thoughts that were never mine. False gods whisper through a bad code. Past summers linger in a low mode. Silence erupt when the pressure load. I face the void and the void decode. White noise orbit where my thoughts collapse. Fragments of myself fall through the gaps. Nothing feel real when reality snaps. I decode fear in corrupted maps.
cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I fear what I bred. Black hole hum somewhere under my skin. Every dark truth echo deep within. Mind split sharp like a serrated sin. Nothing feel real but the noise and the spin. Cold glitch rise like a ghost in my brain. Patterns collapse then reform again. Silence hit harder than the heaviest pain. Living in loops I can never explain. White fog crawl in the back of my sight. Pulse turn thin in the absence of light. Thoughts mutate when the tension ignite. I breathe in fear, exhale in the night. Dead or bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I feel what I bred. Dead or bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I feel what I bred. Dim wise twist through the depth of my chest. Old memories rock where the shadows nest. Chaos speak loud when my mind unrest. Truth turn toxic, never confess. Dark post flicker like a broken sign. World been wrong when I crossed the line. Identity glitched and refused to align. I exist halfway, undefined by design. Burnt thoughts drift like a dead right. Heavy is the calm in the core of the spite. Nothing in the dark ever feel right. Still I stay steady, feeding on the night. Dead or bleed through the cracks in my head. Static drown out everything I said. Hollow thoughts circle painted in red. I don't fear death, I feel what I bred. Crush my thoughts when the wires twist. Cold jaw lock when the shadows hiss. Tear through fear with the metal fist. If the code corrupts, I cease to exist. Teeth grind static when the frame collapse. I walk through dread like a system lapse. Every false hope that your mind perhaps turns to ash fast when the signal snaps. Rust in my veins start to pulse on cue. I don't want calm, it was never true. You fear breakdowns, I break right through. Make my own hell out of residue. Steps too loud in an empty grid. You hide your flaws, I never did. Every crack thought that you kept me lit. I rip wide open like a failing bed. Exist. Lungs go sharp when the stress reboots. I swallow noise just to mute the roots. Tear through shells like a beast computes. I feed off chaos when the dread salutes. Mind split twice when the pressure peak. I don't want peace, that's a coward streak. Every dark whisper that you call unique. I turn into fuel when the system weak. Skull plate ring with the harsh rebound. You chase light, I absorb the sound. When the world glitch out and the floor unbound, I stand dead still while you hit the ground.
to exist. You. 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 You.
Hey. Nightfall creeping on my shoulders as I move. Heavy silence in my chest, I let the darkness set the mood. Every shadow that I pass me staring back like they're my crew. If the void gon' call my name, I answer calm like who are you? Black hoodie dripping from the rain that never stops. Thoughts heavy like a lineup with 1,000 crooked cops. Hear the whispers in the alleys when my heartbeat suddenly drops. I've been walking with my demons, guess we share the same block. City feel hollow when the moon high, painting my soul like a deep tide. Trust ain't real, it's a cheap lie, so I keep to myself with a cold mind. Every scar echo when the wind bite, every sin linger when the streets quiet. Life taught pain like a fist fight, learn to stay numb just to live right.
Nightfall creeping on my shoulders as I move. Heavy silence in my chest, I let the darkness set the mood. Every shadow that I pass me staring back like they're my crew. If the void gon' call my name, I answer calm like who are you?
Walk slow, cold feet on the cracked stone. Mind roam, hear ghosts on the back road. Every step shake dust from my black soul. World tryna break me, but I stayed bold. Fear try to bite, but I bite back. Life hit hard, but I don't crack. Pain in my veins like a wolf pack. Howl at the night when the sky black. No trust, every promise got a bad end. No peace, every calm got a sharp end. If the dark gon' take me as a lost friend, I walk even deeper and I don't bend. Hear the cold wind hiss. Feel the void insist. If I fade like this, let the night persist. Yeah.
Nightfall creeping on my shoulders as I move. Heavy silence in my chest, I let the darkness set the mood. Every shadow that I pass me staring back like they're my crew. If the void gon' call my name, I answer calm like who are you?
Faint lines shimmer where my thoughts decay. Nothing feels solid but the ash outweigh. Glitches in the dark rearrange my sway. I lose myself in a coded display.
Faint lines shimmer where my thoughts decay. Nothing feels solid but the ash outweigh. Glitches in the dark rearrange my sway. I lose myself in the coded display.
Cold trace circle in a hollow vein. Fragments rewrite in the quiet pain. Patterns collapse when the frames constrain. I see old truths that the void maintains. Static born visions flicker out of phase. Memory distorted in unfamiliar ways. Logic corrode when the insight rays. I drift through shadows of forgotten days.
Hex code hum in a fractured core. Me and unravel at a threaded score. Silence reveal what I can't restore. Dark matter glow then ask for more.
Faint lines shimmer where my thoughts decay. Nothing feels solid but the ash I obey. Glitches in the dark rearrange my sway. I lose myself in a coded display. Gray pulse a shift in a narrow trance. Fear displaced in a spectral dance. Soul ghosts thrive when the doubts advance. Everything tilt at a slanted stance.
Become caught to a silent mind. Truth detached from the former sign. Premise converse and slip behind. I chase a version I never defined.
Deadlight bend in a ritual tone. Voice speaks soft in a monochrome. Thoughts fall quiet, skin to bone. Have the dark like it's carved in stone. Faint lines shimmer where my thoughts decay. Nothing feels solid but the ash I obey. Glitches in the dark rearrange my sway. I lose myself in a coded display.
fake tough claim. Sharp tongue hit fast when I carve your name. Fear spread quick when I enter the frame. One wrong word and you burst in flame. Cold voice drown out every fake tough claim. Sharp tongue hit fast when I carve your name. Fear spread quick when I enter the frame. One wrong word and you burst in flame. Black mist, rise on my mind unleash. You spit threats but they sound like a weak screech. True hit hard when I preach my peace. Your whole mass crack in the fear release. Low breath, chill rooms like a frostbite wave. Your pride sink deep, nothing left to say. Calm tone, kill hype that you always crave. I speak raw facts, make the whole crowd cave. Stone heart pressed down like a heavyweight. Your thin spine tremble when I dictate. Bluff fall flat, never hold in a real debate. I keep cold focus, never slip in a hate.
Boys drown out every fake cool play. Cold boys drown out every fake tough claim.
Cold voice drown out every fake tough claim. Sharp tongue hit fast when I carve your name. Fear spread quick when I enter the frame. One wrong word and you burst in flame.
Boys drown out, boys drown out, boys drown out, boys drown out.
Dark green show teeth when the tension peak. Your whole squad freeze, every stance look weak. Tone drop low, make your confidence leak. I spit one line, you collapse in a week. Pure ass, sleep deep, never out of tune. Your loud act fade like a weak monsoon. Cold true, strike hard like a steel harpoon. I speak, you break, looking gone too soon. Great rage glow, fang through a cracked soul. Your fake rage die quick, never took a toll. I hold silence, let the dread take control. You hold nothing, never had a real role. Cold voice drown out every fake tough claim. Sharp tongue hit fast when I carve your name. Fear spread quick when I enter the frame. One wrong word and you burst in flame.
Boys drown out, boys drown out, break. Boys drown out, boys drown out, break. Boys drown out, boys drown out, day. Boys drown out, boys drown out, day. I don't speak much, I don't need to try. Weight in my stare, make your whole crew shy. You act real bold till the real ones pry. Step in my path, watch your courage die.
Go down an empty lane. Calm on my chest, but the world feels strained. You bark too loud, that expose your brain. I move 1 inch, you rethink your chain. Dark hood low when the night feel grim. Fear don't shout, it just waste the brim. Your voice shakes off when the lights go dim. I see your pride break limb by limb. Heart breath slow like a loaded threat. I don't chase beef, I just let it set. You step too close, that's a fatal bet. I deal with facts, not internet. I don't speak much, I don't need to try. Wait in my stare, make your whole crew shy. You act real bold till the real ones pry. Step in my path, watch your courage die. Old wounds burn when the street turn black. You move too fast, that's why you crack. I stay composed, never lose my track. Your fear hit first and I just walk back. Hands don't twitch when the tension rise. Truth hit harder than the biggest lies. You fake that strength that you idolize. Real power come when the ego dies. Cold night calm in the dead end zone. You shout your threats but remain unknown. I stand too firm for you to don't say one word wrong and I set the tone. I don't speak much, I don't need to try. Wait in my stare, make your whole crew shy. You act real bold till the real ones pry. Step in my path, watch your courage die.
Static in my bloodstream, wires in my head. Echo of a lifetime I already shed. Circles in my mind spin, black, half dead. I don't fear darkness, I feel what I bred. Pulse skip twice when the code unfold. Thoughts turn glitch when the nights get cold. True feel happy but the lies get sold. Every new path just loops back old. Ghosts in the machine whisper through my skin. Doors in my brain open from within. Cycle after cycle, never know where it begins. Heartbeat loud like a ritual of sin. Light been strange in the corner of my sight. Shadows form shapes when I kill the light. Living in a loop where the wrong feels right. Mind locked tight like a sealed by fight. Static in my bloodstream, wires in my head. Echo of a lifetime I already shed.
my mind spin black, half dead. I don't fear darkness, I fear what I bred. Core run dry when the thoughts overheat. Noise in my chest like a broken heartbeat. Faith turn hollow when the doubts compete. Nothing left to follow, what you steps elite. Twitch in my nerves like a glitch in design. World feel fake, just a fragile outline. Step into the void where the stars realign. Find my own voice and instead of divine. Dark hole hum deep like a ritual chant. Strength in the pain that the weak recant. What I became, even fear can't grant. I exist outside everything they implant. Static in my bloodstream, wires in my head. Echo of a lifetime I already shed. Circles in my mind spin black, half dead. I don't fear darkness, I feel what I bred.
Cut the cord, let the system die. Static in my skull when the circuits fry. Pulse run cold, but the thoughts multiply. If I lose my grip, then I amplify.
Rise in my blood, start to twist, unfold. Feel my jaw lock when the temperature's cold. Every dark habit that I once controlled now break loose fast when the pressure unfolds.
Scratch at the walls in my own damn mind. Never been safe, I was born misaligned. Tried to cage me in, but the lock declined. I infect the code with a new design. Iron in my breath when the dread kick in. I don't chase help, that's a guaranteed sin. Every fake friend wanna see me thin, but I bloom in the dark like a toxin twin. Cut the cord, let the system die. Static in my skull when the circuits fry. Pulse run cold, but the thoughts multiply. If I lose my grip, then I amplify.
Cut the cord, let the system die. Static in my skull when the circuits fry.
Pulse run cold, but the thoughts multiply. If I lose my grip, then I amplify. Hear the click in my bones when the gears misfit. I've been walking on the edge where the shadows sit. Try to drain my will, but I won't submit. I break through walls like a fall line split.
Did I stare when the fog rolled in? Crawling through the dark just to shed my skin. I don't fear loss, I don't fear sin. I fear nothing cause I'm built too thin.
Metal scrape loud in an empty hall. You don't see a threat till you see me fall. If I rise back up, I erase it all. I become the glitch that corrupts your call. Cut the cord, let the system die.
Static in my skull when the circuits fry.
Pulse run cold, but the thoughts multiply. If I lose my grip, then I amplify.
Cut the cord, let the system die. Static in my skull when the circuits fry.
Pulse run cold, but the thoughts multiply. If I lose my grip, then I amplify.
White haze forming at the edge of my mind. Data twist shapes I can't realign. True cut thin like a glitch in the line. Nothing feel mine, not even the sign. Dead tone hum where my thoughts should be. Fragments break off with a quiet decree. Logic distort in a cracked geometry. I see old ghosts in the code of me. Thin pulse warp under static wave. Memories ride in a looping state. Senses dissolve when the patterns mutate. I chase the void to reciprocate. Cold math carved runes in my chest. Every failed process put me to test. Meaning fall flat when the fears infest. Silence speak louder than the unrest. White haze forming at the edge of my mind. Data twist shapes I can't realign. Truth cut thin like a glitch in the line. Nothing
feel mine, not even the sun. Dust light shift in a narrow view. Old codes whisper what they can't renew. Each lost thought ship a hidden clue. Nothing remain but a shrinking you. Grey noise gloom in a mental tomb. Dark forms gather where the echoes loom. Identity smear in a spectral plume. I stared intact in a growing gloom. Hex-like pulses thread through my veins. Wires constrict with the quiet strain. Fear turn calm when the borders wane. Darkness arrive but I don't complain. White haze forming at the edge of my mind. Data twist shapes I can't realign. Truth cut thin like a glitch in the line. Nothing feel mine, not even the sun.
Feel it in my veins like a venom in the code. Pressure in my mind, I'm about to overload. Run another cycle just to keep me in control. Break another limit, I don't do what I'm told. Static in my chest, let it rise, let it burn. Thoughts spin fast, every second take a turn. I've been walking with a shadow that I never could discern. And the fire in my stomach make the whole world churn. Yeah, metal in my bones when the gears twist tight. Mind locked in, I don't need no light. I erase every doubt when I step in the fight. If I lose one day, then I die that night. Sharp teeth grin when the code corrupt. I've been hiding every weakness just to self-disrupt. Every trick in your game is a file I dumped. Every fear that I had been already slumped. Feel it in my veins like a venom in the code. Pressure in my mind, I'm about to overload. Run another cycle just to keep me in control. Break another limit, I don't do what I'm told. Hear the glitch in my voice when the wires misfire. I don't chase dreams, I devour desire. Try to slow me down, get caught in the tire. Everything you built gets set on fire. Binary pulse in my shatter brain. Every broken thought form a metal chain. Drag it through the dirt just to feel no pain. Turn another screw till I split the frame. Hollow in the chest but the will too loud. Static in the air when I face the crowd. I was born in the dark and I stand unbowed. If I fall this time I don't hit the ground. Feel it in my veins like a venom in the code. Pressure in my mind, I'm about to overload. Run another cycle just to keep me in control. Break another limit, I don't do what I'm told. Faint line shimmer when my thoughts decay. Nothing feels solid but the ash I obey. Pictures in the dark rearrange my sway. I lose myself in the coded display. Faint line shimmer when my thoughts decay. Nothing feels solid but the ash I obey. Pictures in the dark rearrange my sway. I lose myself in the coded display. Code trace circle in a hollow vein. Frame is rewrite in the quiet pain. Patterns collapse when the frame's constrained. I see your truth that the void maintains. Static born visions flicker out of phase. Memory distorted in unfamiliar ways. Logic corrode when the insight rays. I drift through shadows of forgotten days. Xcode hum in a fractured core. Meaning unravel at a threaded score. Silence reveal what I can't restore. Dark math echo then ask for more. Faint line shimmer when my thoughts decay. Nothing feels solid but ash I obey. Glitches in the dark rearrange my sway. I lose myself in a coded display. Gray pulse a shift in a narrow trance. Fear displaced in a spectral dance. Soul goes thrive when the doubts advance. Everything tilted a slanted stance. Bleak come carved through a silent mind. Truth detached from the form assigned. Fragments converge and slip behind. I chase a version I never defined. Deadlight bend in a ritual tone. Void speaks soft in a monochrome. Thoughts fall quiet, skin to bone. I hear
hear the dark like it's carved in stone.
Faint lines shimmer where my thoughts decay. Nothing feels solid but ash I obey. Pictures in the dark rearrange my sway. I lose myself in a coded display. Way. I lose myself in a coded display. I lose myself in a coded display.
I'm moving in the dark with a blade in my tongue. For showing my name, but I stand on my own. Stone cold steps when I enter the zone. If I speak once, you already gone. I'm moving the dark with a blade in my tongue. Pressure on my name, but I stand on my own. Stone cold steps when I enter the zone. If I speak once, you already gone. Yeah. Ironing my breath when the tension rise. I stay dead, but they scanning for lies. Weight on my chest, but I weaponize. Turn every shadow into my lies. Cold blood dripping a slow parade. Hands stay clean, but the fear handmade. I don't chase cloud, I just upgrade. Every new step like a war invade. Silence speak loud when you build from pain. I don't trust words, only pressure and strain. If I set foot, then I stake my claim. Low tone growl, put respect and frame. I move in the dark with a blade in my tongue. Pressure on my name, but I stand on my own. Stone cold steps when I enter the zone. If I speak once, you already gone. Deep voice rumble like a storm in tow. Heartbeat slow, but my spirit too cold. Never need shine when control is gold. Power in the silence that I uphold. Street born mind, but it still cut view. Nothing you bring that I can't undo. Feeling your pulse when I step on cue. My calm alone split a crowd in two. Bass hit hard like a hitman strike. Words cut deep, but the tone ain't right. Shadow in the night, but the grip too tight. I walk with force, you fade on sight. I move in the dark with a blade in my tongue. Pressure on my name, but I stand on my own.
Static in my bloodstream, wires in my head. Echo of a lifetime already shed. Circles in my mind spin black, half dead. I don't fear darkness, I feel what I bred. Post skip twice when the code unfold. Thoughts turn glitch when the nights get cold. Truth feel heavy but the lies get sold. Every new path just loops back cold. Goes in the machine, whisper through my skin. Doors in my brain open from within. Cycle after cycle, never know where it begins. Heartbeat loud like a ritual of sin.
Light been strange in the corner of my sight. Shadow form shapes when I kill the light. Living in a loop where the wrong feels right. Mind locked tight like a sealed bite fight. Light been strange in the corner of my sight. Shadow form shapes when I kill the light. Living in a loop where the wrong feels right. Mind locked tight like a sealed bite fight.
In my bloodstream, wires in my head. Echo of a lifetime I already shed. Circles in my mind spin black, half dead. I don't fear darkness, I feel what I bred.
Core run dry when the thoughts overheat. Noise in my chest like a broken heartbeat. Faith turn hollow when the doubts compete. Nothing left to follow, every truth obsolete. Twitch in my nerves like a glitch in design. World feel fake, just a fragile outline. Step into the void where the stars realign. Find my own voice in the static divine.
Dark come deep like a ritual chant. Strength in the pain that the weak recant. What I became even fear can't grant. I exist outside everything they implant. Black come deep like a ritual chant. Strength in the pain that the weak recant. What I became even fear can't grant. I exist outside everything they implant.
Static in my bloodstream, wires in my head. Echo of a lifetime already shed. Circles in my mind spin black, half dead. I don't fear darkness, I fear what I bred. when I turn around. Pain stay tucked in the seams of my long coat. City full of faces, but they fade when the fog float. Trust ain't real, it dissolve under strong smoke. World got teeth, I survive off a calm note. Late night tension in the wind when it blow past. Thoughts run deep like a river with a cold cast. Life swing heavy, but I stand where the storms blast. Never lost pace in a world trying to hold fast. Cold wind cutting through my jacket as I roam home. Heavy thoughts dragging on my back like a stone. Empty streets whisper every time I walk alone. If the night gon' take my peace, it can carve it from my bone zone. Dark hood up, keep my face from the street lights. Mind on edge, every echo of the feet bites. World feel wrong, every truth got a cheap price. But I stay sharp, every move, keep my fears tight. Hands cold, but the fire in my chest warm. Life bold, but I weather every tense storm. Walk slow, but I'm built like a steel farm. Never fold, even when the whole stress swarm. Concrete past been my home since the dawn breaks. Trust broke, learn to move with my own stakes. If the dark tests me with the weight that my soul takes, I stay calm, let the world make its own shakes. Hear the breeze talk low, feel the night move slow. If the fear try grow, I stay cold, I stay frozen.